I'm with Ashley.
Golden.
No! We waited literally over an hour in this line. See all these people over there?
I almost lost a ticket.
I was walking up the street and I saw all these people. Ashley was like, oh, I'm across the street. There's this place that opened up in New York. They have cookie dough, raw cookie dough. But it's like not gonna kill you. Such a beautiful day today. I feel like there's always that one day during the winter in New York when it's super, super cold, and then one day is just nice and everyone's out and it's happy. I feel so good. And there's like families in the park with their kids and stuff, and everyone's sitting on little tables reading books. And I realized like last week I was in kind of a funk. Like if you watched my last video, you probably tell that I'm just like just kind of in this boring routine of life. And I feel like this week I finally pulled myself out of it, and I've been like out enjoying life, doing things, like meeting new people, having new experiences, and it just feels so good to just like, it's good for your soul and your spirit to like get yourself out there. It's been a really good week. It's been really good. What is this crazy life we're living? We're all just wandering around trying to figure out what we're doing with life. Some people are like miserable, some people are happy. I actually met up with a YouTuber yesterday, Olivia. I'll leave her link below. She makes like really good inspirational videos. She also lives in New York. So she commented on my video. I don't know what's happening right now. She commented, she's like, oh hey, we should meet up. So yesterday we went and got coffee together. We ended up talking for like 3 hours. And she actually invited me to her church. So today I went to Hillsong and it was really inspiring. Of course I still go to my church, Catholic church later. But I like to check out other denomination or like non-denominational churches as well, just to see like what goes on there. And they had a really, really good message today, and it just made me realize we only have this one life to live, and we can't just go through life just blah, you know? You have to be willing to step out and like be who you are and not be ashamed of it. Too many people just like fit in with society because they're like ashamed. They don't want to be different. They don't want to be made fun of. But it's like when you can just be yourself, it's so freeing. And to be like not ashamed in your beliefs also. I'm literally just like walking circles around Bryant Park because, oh, it's just such a good day today. It just feels so good. I feel really uplifted. I feel like I'm back to my old self. Like my like go around New York, do random things, talk to people and whatever, instead of just like sitting at home. It feels good. Because like I also love to just like people watch. There's so many interesting characters out here. So when I was in the Hillsong service, they mentioned Bob Goff, and they showed his picture on the screen. And like I've heard of him before, and I've watched some of his like TED Talks and videos and podcasts and stuff like that. So I'm like familiar with him. But he just like encompasses everything that I feel like we should strive to be, with like loving other people and just being happy and like spreading joy to everyone. And in his book, I actually went to the library just now, the Mid-Manhattan Library, and his book Love Does. In the back of the book, he puts his phone number, his like personal cell phone number, so anyone can call him anytime. And he writes about how it's so important to be available to others, like as Jesus was to other people. To everyone, like just there for people. Like just be there, just show up. In the book he talks about how love is an action. It's showing service to one another, like doing things through your actions, not just like your words or what you say. So many people say things, like people can say whatever they want, but at the end of the day it's the actions that really show and the things you do. Like in the beginning he had a friend that wrote his little intro, and he said that he flew across the country to go to a wedding of an acquaintance that he like just met. He does all these crazy things for people. It's just really inspiring to come across a person like that who just radiates this love and this happiness. And if you watch his talks, you can just like see, like, he has such a good spirit. He's really inspiring. So if you don't know Bob Goff, just start like searching about him. I just like want to meet him. And yesterday when I was hanging out with Olivia, she said she actually called him and he gave her personal advice. Like, she called his cell phone and he answered, and she like had a conversation with him. It feels really good to surround yourself with positive energy, feed off of other people's positivity and happiness and joy and love and like everything like that, and try to apply it to your own life and let it spread and like manifest in the world, because we literally are surrounded by so much negativity and so much complaining and so much anger and fear and hatred and fighting. Like any day that I log onto Facebook, I can see some like political rant about how stupid Republicans or Democrats are and how blah blah blah, this, that, whatever. They have their little names they call each other, and I see this all the time, and I'm like, why are we just calling each other names? Like, what? People literally go on and their sole purpose in life is to tear other people down instead of lifting them up. And I feel like it's my point now in life to only surround myself with people and things that uplift me instead of trying to bring me down. It's a struggle. It's like a constant thing in my life that I'm just like, do I just not go on Facebook at all? Because every time I go on there, there's just like complaining and stuff. So it feels good to just turn off your phone, get out there, like go sit in the park, read a good book, Bob Goff, just find like a good author who has a good message to share, read their book, feel enlightened, like go to church, hear the messages they say, go somewhere peaceful, and disconnect from the negativity in this crazy world we live in. So earlier I was talking about Bob Goff and his book Love Does, and I just went to church again, church session number 2 of the day, and they discussed how Jesus makes it so clear in the Bible in teachings that like to love one another. And he mentioned like sometimes you'll see people in church, like the most church-going people could also be the most racist, the most hateful, the most like all these bad things. And then he said sometimes the people who like don't even go to church can be really good people and love one another. And as like church people, we are called to love. And why? Like, why do people not get this? I don't know. You see people who are like Christian and pro-life, and yet they're like very against immigrants. Do you truly love people, or are you just saying that you do? What you're told versus what you actually do. Like, say you go to church every Sunday, you hear these words, like even in Hillsong this morning when he talked about how it's so easy to like be inspired and hear scripture and be like, oh well, yeah, that's really nice, that's a good idea. But it's like we are called to be leaders and to actually like go out into the world and show what this means and like practice it. Not just like quietly sit in church every Sunday and be like, oh, that's nice.